Almost 2 years ago, Donald Trump launched a controversial campaign for president on a tough platform against people entering the country illegally.
As a result, people across Alabama are bracing for difficult times ahead. CBS 42 News reporter Jamie Ostroff investigated the impact an immigration crackdown can have on local families.
Jim, we're not just talking about immigrant families. Farmers tell me they are struggling to find people to work for them, and that could translate to more expensive produce for you and your family.
In a matter of weeks, flowers will bear fruit across Alabama. But before these seeds were sown, something else was planted. Fear.
No sé por qué nos está atacando a tanto nosotros y nosotros lo que hacemos es venir a trabajar.
We are scared because we are just here to work and have a good life, a farm worker says. She's in the U.S. illegally, so she asked us to keep her anonymous. Because of Donald Trump, I ask her.
Porque Donald Trump?
Sí.
Yes, she replies. This is when many say concerns began to sprout.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. But I speak to border guards, and they tell us what we're getting.
As Donald Trump launched a successful presidential campaign, he also launched immigration to the forefront of the national conversation. Many agree with Trump from a security standpoint.
They commit crimes. If they commit crimes, how would you find them if you don't even know they're here?
Including Barry White. He's a member of the Border Keepers of Alabama, a group that voluntarily travels to the U.S.-Mexico border to help federal agents enforce illegal activity.
There's not many other countries that anybody else can go to. They're just going to let you walk right in. That doesn't happen. Why should our country be that way?
But a large community in Alabama is urging people like White to see things from an economic standpoint.
It's been a lot harder to find workers. A lot of them are scared since Trump got elected. They're worried about what he's going to do.
Farmers like Scott Penton of Clanton are scrambling toward an early harvest this year, trying to make up for the lack of labor.
What we've tried to do is we've tried to transition more to U-pick and stuff that's less labor intensive, and let people come out and pick the stuff themselves, so we don't have to have very much help.
But Penton says that doesn't fully fill the void, and with fewer people to pick the crops,
It'll definitely drive up prices because, I mean, there'll be a lot less planted.
For many in Alabama's farm industry, this harvests old memories from 2011. That's when state lawmakers passed HB 56. The law allowed police to arrest anyone they suspected to be in the U.S. illegally.
And it put a lot of people out of business.
That's because immigrant families were driven into the shadows, scared of deportation.
I was nervous to go to school because I was afraid people would ask me, and I was afraid people would then interrogate me about my background.
Brandon Vila came to the U.S. from Mexico when he was just a year old. He was undocumented as he grew up among the farms of Chilton County. Vila remembers how HB 56 changed everything.
I remember watermelon fields, tomato fields, peach fields, all of that produce that was growing and was ready for picking. Nobody was there to pick it. So what happened? I mean, it was falling, it was rotting to the ground, and nobody was making their money.
In the months and years to come, components of HB 56 would be struck down in court.
Lettuce, onions.
Farming would become just a hobby for Vila.
And I actually stole this from Pinterest.
And he'd obtain legal status and a full-time job under the DREAM Act. But since November's election, Vila's witnessed a resurgence of fears from 6 years ago.
I do know close family friends. I have even packed up and left the country.
After taking office, President Trump made plans to crack down on undocumented immigrants who commit crimes. But once those seeds of fear take root, it's hard to dig them up and start over.
It's a lot of fear in the community, and if there's anything that knows how to manipulate, it's fear itself.
Nobody just really knows exactly what's going to happen.
There is a way to bring seasonal farm laborers to the United States legally. It's called an H-2A visa. People I talked to who own smaller farms say that this H-2A program is extremely expensive. On top of that, a national survey of farmers who did use the program found that it didn't get workers to the farms on time because of administrative delays, and as a result, those farmers reported a combined loss of about $320 million. Jamie Ostroff, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on.